This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV. We're at Cloud Expo East in New York in 2014. We're sitting here today with John Gunn from VASCO Data Security. He wants to talk a little bit about security in the cloud. What a surprise at Cloud Expo. We were talking a little bit before, and he mentioned a couple of dimensions. We're going to want to talk to the needs of application developers and also enterprise IT managers. John, welcome, and let's talk about app development.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here at the event.
Thank you.
VASCO is a leader in authentication, so I'm going to keep my comments focused on that.
Okay.
But we think it's a good area because recent research from Verizon showed that 67% of breaches are caused by compromised user credentials. User credentials are your login name and your password. So we have a big focus on protecting that. We have a big history in that. We've had 20 years of providing authentication. We're one of the leaders in it. In fact, we're the largest provider of authentication solutions for financial institutions around the world. We protect 7 of the top 10 banks and more than half of the top 100, including enterprise customers and others. And as the move to the cloud has started, we've stayed ahead of that in providing security solutions to our enterprise customers, financial customers, and now a whole new range of customers, which are application developers.
Right.
So we're here at the event, and we're showing one of our newest products, and that's called My DigiPass, and it's got several dimensions to the solution. Okay. One of them is to provide ease of use to people who want to access the cloud. Security, of course, is a paramount concern, not only on-premise, but in the cloud. So we wanted to ease applications access in the cloud. So we have a platform so that users can access multiple cloud applications from one platform. Okay. So that way, what I was talking about, Roger, instead of having to re-log in and re-authenticate yourself every time, you can do this once, and then you can access all your applications, which makes it much easier to use.
Okay, now you had mentioned differences between what application developers need and what enterprise IT needs. Could you explain that a little bit to me?
Yeah, I'd be happy to, because they're very different groups. The enterprise, as they've moved from on-premise to cloud-based storage of their data, cloud-based applications, they have a need to make certain that the right person reaches the right assets and that those who aren't supposed to don't. They're already doing that today on-premise. Now they need to extend that to the cloud as they move their platform into the cloud, either a hybrid cloud or a public cloud application. Now that's different than the need of an application developer who may have his application in the cloud, and their need is to make certain that their application is only accessed by those who are authorized to do it. So we have two different solutions there. For the enterprise, the solution is an extension of the solution we already have, which may be hardware-based. This adds a software element to it, and it provides different level of authentication based on the risk. For the application developer, the idea is that they're great at developing their applications. So we want to give them what's called an API. And what it is they can just drop in code into their application, and it covers all the security for them. So while they're an expert in developing what they're doing, we're the experts in security. We give them an API they can drop in, and now they can protect access to their applications in the cloud.
Okay, now is there a learning curve to dealing with this API?
Well, for us there was, but I shouldn't joke. For our customers, no, that's the whole idea. They can focus on what they're great at. They can essentially outsource security to us, and it's very sophisticated. So for mobile apps or a laptop, we look at all kinds of elements, and we can score them. So we can look at the person's mobile device. Has it been jailbroken? The geolocation. Maybe you have an online gambling app, and you're based in New Jersey, but your license says you can only be in New Jersey and use it. How do you verify that? We can verify that. And then you can assess a score based on this risk and decide whether to give somebody access based on a whole set of parameters. That way, at the top of our discussion, talked about the importance of ease of use. Yeah. Because if you're an application developer and you make it too difficult for people to use your app, you're going to lose customers, and that's expensive. So you want the best security, but the best ease of use. So this allows you to have both.
Okay. Now let's talk about the cloud a little bit. We've been doing this Cloud Expo for a few years now. For a lot of people, cloud is seen as being very mature, moving kind of steadily towards hybrid ways of doing things. For other people, they're just starting to get involved with it. Now, with your customers, if you could group them without insulting any of them, to those that maybe are being dragged kicking and screaming, to those who are coming to you with a, hey, look, we've got this whole new architecture, got to figure it out, to those who are pushing you? How do your customers kind of break down in terms of, their handling what's going on with cloud computing?
Well, we have a very broad spectrum of customers, and they have all different needs. And you use the term kicking and screaming, and it may seem that way. When you look at the analyst data on the move to the cloud, you look at Gartner's and IDC's, and it's just phenomenal growth. To where in 2016, half IT expenses will be on cloud-based applications. That's where everything's moving. But those who are reluctant, they have legitimate concerns, and that's security. In fact, most research shows that security is the number one impediment to people fully embracing the cloud. So that's where we want to facilitate that by letting people make that leap into the cloud and feel that, okay, if I put something in the cloud, who's going to have access to it? How do I control that? And how do I do it without making it so difficult? So that's what our solution does. It allows them to move to the cloud, keep it secure, and make certain only those who are supposed to be able to reach it can reach it. Okay,
for those out there that would like to know more, how are they going to find you? What's your website? What's the best way to contact you personally? Anything you want to give them, let them know how to get a hold of you.
Well, we'll start with the web address, and then everything goes from there. Okay. It's VASCO.com. And there they'll find all the information on my DigiPass. They'll find information on our other solutions, our cloud-based solutions, our enterprise solutions, and we have some incredibly innovative visual cryptography solutions. So that's the best place to start. And we boast the fact that we have the broadest selection of authentication solutions, and that allows us to tailor the right solution to the needs for that enterprise or developer, whoever it may be.
Great. We've been sitting here with John Gunn with VASCO Data Security. Thank you for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.